What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it has officially hit the fan. And y'all know what I'm talking about when I say it hit the fan. As undefeated Olympic silver medalist, two-division world champion, former unified WBC, WBO super featherweight world champion, now lightweight title contender, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, who is now 20 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, coming off of a dominating 6-round stoppage, 2 knockdown victory over YOSHINO this past Saturday in his hometown of Newark, New Jersey, Brick City. Shakur Stevenson. Okay, now Shakur Stevenson, obviously, he had a spat and going back and forth with another fighter who's having a major fight coming up April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, and that's undefeated 3-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Now, to give you a quick backstory, as Gervonta Tank Davis was featured on his homepage of the Roz podcast, okay, with his coach Kenny Ellis and his coach Calvin Ford, and with the two brothers Senior and with Squeeze, okay, on the Roz podcast. Shouts out to the Roz podcast. And I went to the Roz podcast and I showed love, and Gervonta Tank Davis said, bring him on. So did Coach Calvin. So I went on because I have been saying for quite some time, I feel like there's 3 people that could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. And I feel like that's Shakur Stevenson, undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer who's undisputed lightweight world champion, Devin the Dream Haney, who has 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, Devin the Dream Haney. And ultimately, the third person being Gervonta Tank Davis himself. So Gervonta Tank Davis, he wanted to hear me say it for myself. So I said it to Gervonta Tank Davis, and he didn't take too kind of that. And he said, I rock Shakur Stevenson, I rock Devin Haney, and you are ultimately right, Blue. The only person that could beat me is me, right? So obviously Shakur Stevenson responded to that. Devin Haney responded to that. Then I recently did an interview with Shakur Stevenson's trainer, manager, and grandfather in Wiley Moses, okay? And so I asked Wiley Moses about this sparring sessions, and he said that Gervonta Tank Davis ain't never cracked Shakur Stevenson in all the sparring sessions, and he was present in all of them, okay? So today, Coach Kenny, who was once the masked man, who is the co-trainer to Gervonta Tank Davis, Calvin Ford. Coach Calvin Ford is the head trainer. And Coach Kenny today, he put up a post and he said, these dudes need to stop lying about what's happening in sparring and getting hurt, and Tank Davis taking it easy on him. Then he went back and doubled down and he put this post up. Quote, congratulations to Shakur Stevenson. Even though your opponent was straight out of a Kobe's Bar and Grill restaurant. To which you see what Shakur Stevenson had to respond, and he said, I'm cold as ice. I'm straight out of Newark, New Jersey, Brick City. I don't hold nothing back. And then he said this to Coach Kenny. He said, only fighter I seen you train is your daughter. And OMG, she's trash. She's not good. Then he said, blank trainer. Cold heart, never get cold feet when pressure is applied. Straight out of Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, right? So things is heating up. Now, obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis, he got a massive fight coming up April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada. As I stated, Showtime pay-per-view. against undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no loss and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. And should Gervonta Tank Davis get past that fight, will we see Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson do business? Will we see this fight? Now, I know I've been saying, like many others, Shakur Stevenson has an exclusive deal with top-ranked ESPN legendary promoter CEO Bob Arum. So he's on the other side of the street. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's with himself, GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions. But he is partnered up with Showtime President of Sports, Stephen Espinosa. So he has a partnership with them. And he's still affiliated with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman. But can we see this fight? He still does business, as we see with Mayweather Promotions, as Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellaby is very present. So can we see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson next? Because when you look at it from this standpoint, although the zone is not the same entity and is not as big as ESPN and Top Rank, but they are doing business with the other side of the street. Because Ryan Garcia, he's with Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, and they have an obligation to DAZN. So we're seeing DAZN and Showtime do a partnership. They're doing a co-promotion, a co-network deal to make this fight happen. Now, can we see it happen once more? Or is Stephen Espinosa and Showtime unwilling to do it again and break bread with another major network, an even bigger major network? Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's still the A side, okay? No doubt about that. And he beat Ryan Garcia. Well, commercial-wise, he's definitely going to be the A side. Now, right now, just off of his body of work and his accomplishments in the sport of boxing, well, he's for sure the A side. He's broken records at the Live Gate in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center May 28th when he took on lightweight title contender star boxer Rolando Rolly Romero, who was relatively unknown until he started talking and promoting the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, and people started to take notice. And they did a live gate of $5 million at the gate, which is the biggest gate for a boxing event at the Barclays Center in the boxing history. And there's some big names that fought at the Barclays Center. Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, Danny Garcia, Showtime Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. There's plenty of fighters that fought at the Barclays Center, and they haven't done the numbers at the Live Gate that Gervonta Tank Davis did. And then he doubled down on that, came back January 7th against another relatively unknown fighter in Hector Garcia out of the Dominican Republic at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., not too far down the road from his hometown of Baltimore, Maryland. And he did another major gate, breaking the gate for a boxing event and a sporting event at the Capital One with a $5.2 million gate. So there's no doubt that he is the biggest star. He's the A side. And once again, T-Mobile Arena, April 22nd, I expect that gate to exceed his last two gates. So there's no doubt Gervonta Tank Davis is the A side. But Shakur Stevenson, he's nothing to sneeze at, because I was just present when Shakur Stevenson just had his last fight with Yoshino, another relatively unknown fighter. But he packed out the house. Now, that wasn't his backyard of Newark, New Jersey, right? But guess what? At the Prudential Center, it was upwards of 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, maybe even 10,000 people in the building to support Shakur Stevenson. So we can't say that Shakur Stevenson doesn't sell, because he does sell. He for sure sells. And if you bring the fight to the East Coast, and Gervonta Tank Davis is a traveling salesman. And when I say traveling salesman, Gervonta Tank Davis, he brings the crowd wherever he goes. So you could bring that fight to the Prudential Center, dare I say. Or you could bring it to the Barclays Center. Or the world's most famous arena at Madison Square Garden, and it's going to sell out. So can we get Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson next? Because there is no excuse. Gervonta Tank Davis' star status, it travels. His celebrity, it travels. Shakur Stevenson does very well on the East Coast. He does just as big as numbers as far as gate goes in selling out arena as Ryan Garcia. Right? Now, with that said, we saw them doing business with another big network in the zone. Can we get it again? This would be the ultimate fight, ultimate chess match, both southpaws. I would love to see this fight. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Oh, it's getting heated. It done hit the fan. Let's go. Let's see this fight next. That's all I got for y'all. Let me know. Peace.
This is Amanda, the real deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.